Drone 4 capturing the destruction left behind after a tornado tore through Fredericktown, Missouri, just about 90 miles south of St. Louis. Buildings, as you can see, gone, rubble thrown as far as the eye can see. And despite that, amazingly, no injuries reported. I want to thank you for joining us, and good afternoon. I'm Corey Stark in for Samantha Jones. That destruction stretches from Missouri into Illinois, and News 4 has live team coverage for you this afternoon. So these pictures were taken by the owners of an RV business in Fredericktown. You can see RVs smashed and overturned by the storm. Emergency officials tell News 4 dozens of homes were damaged or destroyed in Fredericktown, which is straight south of St. Louis on US 67. The tornado came through that RV business, blowing down buildings at the business and lifting a roof off a nearby house, then crossed the road and damaged even more homes.
I don't know exactly how many of them's damaged. I'd say 98% of them for sure. You know, something's wrong with them. A window blowed out, a stick drove through the side of them. Just a number of things, flipped over on their tops.
The force of the tornado leveled two buildings where workers used to make repairs to RVs. The winds were so strong they tossed one RV right into the middle of the road and a couple of others down the street. Friends and neighbors have been coming by the business to offer help that's needed. This business is just one of many homes and businesses that were damaged along a 15-mile path. Some homes were destroyed and the force of the wind shearing off the tops of the trees. But despite the damage, there are no reports of any deaths or even any injuries.
National Weather Service did a great job of warning this storm. I live in the area that was affected. Although I personally didn't have any damage, but the warnings were, I think, very timely, and I think that saved lives last night.
Another tornado touched down in St. Mary, Missouri. Drone 4 was over that scene today there as well. And you can see the storm rip the roof right off an antique mall. St. Mary is a small town about 70 miles south of St. Louis, just off Interstate 55. It's just about 10 miles south of St. Genevieve. Our Damon Arnold continues our team coverage there.
Lives are forever changed here on 7th Street in St. Mary. I want to get out of the way and show you some of the devastation that we're seeing in this town. You can see this house here demolished, changed forever at this point. Remnants of this home now lay in the front yard. You can see different items spread around, again, changing these people's lives forever. We caught up with one man who decided to ride the storm out.
Yeah, I was outside in the front yard for most of the time, and my kids kept saying, "Get in the basement, get in the basement." But I didn't get the service, so I couldn't tell where the radar was, so I could see if it was really going to come at, St. Mary's or whatever. But eventually, I seen that it was, and I grabbed my sawhorses and put them downstairs and sat next to the water heater, and because the basement doesn't have windows, so if anything was going to fall in on me, I grabbed my tools so I can cut myself out.
He spoke with the fire chief, who says that this community is going to rally together no matter what the results are today.
We're a good community. Usually everybody works together. In the past we had floods, throughout the years here, and we all work together, and hopefully we can get through this. Hopefully we can rebuild and have a nice little town again.
Everybody's been so good. Everybody's checking on everybody. So we'll push through it just like we did in 06.
Despite how bad things got here, with a population of over 350, no one was hurt. The fire department did go door to door and make sure that everyone was inside and safe. And so now the cleanup process begins. We know that the power is down here, and so that's an issue that they plan to work through over coming days. This is a story that we'll continue to follow through the KMOV mobile news app and online and on air. I'm reporting in St. Mary, Damon Arnold, News 4.
And from St. Mary, that tornado apparently skipped over the Mississippi River and touched down again in Chester, Illinois. Our DEION Broxton spent the day looking at the damage there. He joins us now live from Chester. DEION?
Corey, this is one of the worst scenes in Chester. The owner of this property said he lost a couple sheds in the barn. Look over here, you can see that still hit this truck, and the owner said that this boat is probably just scrap at this point. Now the biggest shed was right here, but if you take a look over here, you can see the roof is over here. And now he, like others, are just digging through the rubble trying to salvage what they can. Now we've been driving around town all day, and it's clear this tornado wasn't widespread, it was narrow. And Chester Mayor Tom Page confirmed that today when I talked to him. He's thankful no one got not seriously injured or killed. Now his goal is to make sure everyone gets help cleaning up and power restored.
It could have been a lot worse. We could have some people in the hospital hurt. The places that it hit hard. Now we still have several customers, several residents that are out of power. The Ameren is working very hard on, as you see, trying to get power back on.
Now, when I talked to the mayor a few hours ago, he said 261 people didn't have power. Now that number is down to around 87. The mayor is also concerned about a 95-year-old man. He lives in the 800 block of Lehman Drive, and a few tree limbs fell on his house. Coming up at 5, I'll tell you what neighbors did to help him out. Live in Chester, Illinois, DEION, BROXTON, News 4.
Community coming together there, DEION. Thank you. News 4 meteorologist Leah Hill continues our team coverage now at 4 with a closer look at the damage in another part of Chester.
I'm at the new Highland Acres mobile home park on the north side of Chester, and this is right where the tornado tracked. And notice how it's just picked up siding and thrown them across this mobile home, shattering windows and picking up tree branches, turning them into projectiles and tossing them into the siding of this mobile home here. Thankfully, the family was not inside when this happened.
There's literally a tree that's through the side of my house. The wall is separated. My windows got broken out. There's glass all over my house. Our cat's missing. We can't find her. It's just total devastation. I mean, this place is just destroyed. I mean, it's not just us. You know, there's a lot of people out here that took hard hits.
Glass is just shattered all over the floor. Before that tornado struck, the Phillips family heeded the warnings and managed to take shelter at a safer location before the tornado hit their mobile home. For News 4, I'm meteorologist Leah Hill.